but I'll know relatively fast. There's actually people watching, so this is a good sign. I pushed the right button. Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, 4 Nerds by Nerds, hanging out with a couple of nerdettes tonight, and we are a little bit light, but that's okay. We're going to make do irregardless. Isn't actually a word, but I like to use it anyway. So we're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, as we always do. Gene, Kath's player could not make it, nor could Agnetha's player Sam. So we'll see how this goes without our tanks tonight. Which one of you guys has got the
I got it. I've got Kath. She's got the summary.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So last time on Scarlet Sisterhood, we rejoined our heroes facing down the generally peeved and also very illusionary copy of Danine's father-in-law as Arun proceeded to run Agnetha to us and attempt to throw her through a window. Agnetha was having none of that, however, and took the stairs like a sane, civilized person. Because we all know she isn't really a sane, civilized person. A bunch of possessed suits of armor came at us. We fought hard, but the particular MVP of this fight in particular was Kath, who became a pincushion as she turned a corner and walked into a small cloud of fae, but managed to totally kick all sorts of ass anyway. We managed to get out, snagged a bunch of possibly useless pieces of paper, but at least we know who the guy's business contacts are now. Took our high knees back to the inn where Agnetha was staying, and then we made a game plan to take care of the Monarch in the middle of broad daylight on a crowded city street, because that was a smart decision. And we last left off with all of us prepared to go. I believe Kath was getting ready to cast Hold Person. Agnetha was going to do something with her Glaive of Thorns. Kenna's got Silence ready to go. And Zanine has a pair of manacles and a well-placed dagger jab. So we'll see how this goes.
Excellent. So you guys are all set up. You are, you guys have kind of positioned your stuff. I'm sure Danine is hidden somewhere. Snipe at the Monarch and his men. You also had your dagger ready in case you needed to stick it in someone, as well as some manacles. Agnetha is set up across the way, ready to cast the Wall of Thorns from her glaive, and Kath is approaching, getting into position to cast Hold Person. Kenna, where are you going to be in all this?
Well, I am casting Silence, so I don't need to be like right up on him. But I'm going to I will go ahead and get relatively close, though, probably like 20, 30 feet.
Okay.
If we know he's on the way, Danine was going to bless us.
Okay. So all right, so you both are you've blessed. You can bless 3 people, right?
Should I bless the 3 characters that we have? Normally, I would bless the other 3 ladies.
So it's up to you. You can do what you want.
I'll do what I would normally do then.
Okay.
I'm gonna bless Kath, Kenna, and Agnetha.
Okay. So
I'll even bless us, everyone. Thanks, boss.
So you let fly your spell, and as you do, you hear the tinkling of a small voice laughing in your ear, and it almost kind of reminds you of the Pixies a little bit from the Grove, except for there's a little bit more of a sinister bent to it. And then you feel a light breeze. And as you both do, there's an emerald flash of light, because you both experienced this at the same time. And now you are, first thing that you encounter is a wave, almost like hitting a wall, of warm air, and you smell. You smell a kind of a poignant, stagnant smell of rotting vegetation. And it's very like cloy and earthy at the same time. You find yourself standing next to next to Kenna in a 10-foot corridor lined with either side by hedgerows. And the hedgerows have vines all over them with thorns that are nasty and sticking out like 3 inches apiece. And it's uber bright. It almost seems like too bright, like technicolor green.
Okay, so I immediately turn to Deneen and I'm going to grab her by the arm, like probably the forearm because I'm short. I'm going to say, just in case.
Did you hear that, Dave?
I got some of it. You broke up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
I heard that you were grabbing Deneen by the forearm.
Okay, yes.
Something just in case.
Okay, grabbing Deneen by the forearm. Do not eat anything. Do not drink anything, just in case.
What?
So, looking around, that you have as you take in the scenery, the green sweeps 20 feet into the air on either side, and if you follow it up, looking up, you see almost like tentacles or tendrils of vines just kind of swaying in the air above the hedgerows.
Like they're
almost like they're dancing,
moving on their own as opposed to in a wind or something.
Yes, they almost look like serpents ready to strike.
Kenna, I don't think we're in Ryler anymore.
So either of you got nature or survival? But Kenna can make a check anyway.
I will make a check. We'll see how it goes. Oh, good. I can use my wisdom and do survival because that's going to give me a higher result. 13.
13? Okay. So the path extends in either direction, in front of you and behind you. And it's just walls of green.
So what's all this about not eating and drinking? What the hell? What are we?
So we have been dealing with a lot of Fae bullcrap lately, and just on the off chance that we ended up on some weird Fae plane, you're not supposed to eat or drink anything when you're in those areas because then they can keep you forever and they don't have to let you leave.
Well, I did hear that like weird little giggle, but it wasn't like the giggle that was cutting you up at the Summer Stars. But obviously something happened. Could we be hallucinating? What if we're getting killed right now and we don't even know it?
Okay, we can't assume that that's what's happening because down that road lay madness. We need to figure out.
Deneen pinches her own arm, just to see if that does anything.
It hurts if you pinch hard.
She pouts a little.
As you look over to pinch yourself, you notice like there's a black ichor dripping off the thorns.
She'll tighten up a little and pull Kenna a little closer, even though this thing's 10 feet wide, just on principle. How about single file? Here, you right here, me here.
Okay. All right, if you insist.
These thorns don't look healthy.
Yes, I know, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to interact with the wall at some point. I mean, look how unflinchingly straight this corridor is.
We could just go and see, or just sit here. But we probably have to do something.
Even if you choose to do nothing, you've still made a choice, and I feel like that's the wrong one. So back or forth?
Well, forward. We should move forward. That's like progress, right?
Forward it is.
Okay.
So one of the other things you notice is the sky above is like a just an overcast gray, but the place seems to be lit fairly well, as if sunlight was coming in. As you move down the corridor, it seems like you're going forever, and it's almost like getting hypnotized by the road, that like the scenery just doesn't change. Then all of a sudden, almost appearing out of nowhere, as you see a circle of stones and a tree ahead of you, and the corridor widens.
What kind of tree? What season is the tree in?
The tree, it seems to be in the spring we would suspect spring or summer because it is a green canopy.
Green is good.
It looks kind of like, I guess, like an oak tree.
Not dripping black horrible goo is good, right?
It is not, and also. It also doesn't extend above the walls, so it's like it's 20 feet tall. It stops there, and it kind of like the canopy of the tree is kind of like sprawled out.
Maybe climbing out of here isn't a good idea.
And as you kind of get closer, you hear chittering and rustling can be heard in the boughs of the tree's thick canopy.
Deneen narrows her eyes a little and tries to peer up there.
You definitely see movement up in the branches. You see small, hunched, emaciated humanoid forms. They begin to hop down from the branches and crawl towards you.
We'll try this the Kenna way. Hello, how are you? We're lost travelers.
So they're small figures. They probably come up to maybe your waist. Well, for you, otherwise they're about the size of Kenna. Except for they're kind of emaciated, and they have clawed feet and hands and wings, and a kind of like reptilian dog-like face with rust-colored scales.
Oh, that's neat.
And, looking at their eyes, they appear to be kind of haunted and maybe slightly mad. They begin whimpering pitifully. The foods, so hungry. It's been so long since we've had the foods. Please, so very hungry.
What food? I don't suppose trail rations are going to do it for you.
Just hungry. Just need some food. And they begin moving towards you and kind of like pawing pathetically in your direction.
Would you be able to tell us how to get out of here? Not that Deneen's feeling really confident right now, but
I don't know. It's been so long. We've been here. We were travelers like you once.
We are travelers, yes.
I'm going to extract some trail rations from my bag and give them a day of trail rations and just kind of see what happens.
And a day of halfling rations is a lot.
I mean, that's not untrue. Second breakfast is very important.
So one of the really eerie things is they all kind of speak at the same time.
Oh gosh, I feel like I've been through this before. Perhaps in some other life. Continue.
Well, if you bring out trail rations, they begin crowding around you and kind of pawing at you.
Okay, yes, good. Here.
Hi.
Little birds.
So why didn't you just fly away? Deneen says, although she already suspects she knows the answer.
They kind of look up and point. They point at the vines that are like waving in the air. No way out that way. No way out that way.
Is there a way out any other way? I guess if there were, you would already be gone. Forget it. That's a stupid question.
How did you get here?
Excuse me, Megan?
How did you get here?
We slept and we woke up. We slept in a cave, and when we came out, we awoke in this place and we wandered.
Okay. Are you in any way aware of a mage called the Monarch?
No mages.
Okay.
Mages come here before.
We haven't seen any sign that he's got any Fae stuff going on, have we? Like, could this be some after effect of last night's excursion? Or
That's what I was thinking from the very
with the
beginning.
monarch.
I don't think it has anything to do with the monarch. I'm pretty sure this is personal.
Could we have been cursed somehow? I wonder where the other two are.
Oh, and let me tell you, if we miss him because of this, it's going to get a heck of a lot more personal.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I guess we could. So this tree is in an open area. Does this like hallway continue?
It does. It kind of just widens to, like 40 feet across and 60 feet long, and it's like oblong in shape.
Okay. Well, it's still weird that there's just happens to be this tree here. Like, does anything about it look unusual other than it growing very low?
No, just looks like a tree.
Huh. Okay. I don't know, Kenna. Maybe we should continue our journey before they finish their meal.
Good plan. I'm going to start walking again. I read in a book once that you can solve any mundane maze by keeping your hand on one wall, and eventually you'll find the way out. However,
I'm not touching this wall.
I don't think that this is a mundane maze either.
I would assume not, especially because it hasn't had any turns yet.
Nope. But that said, I believe there was a story once about a maze that worked kind of like this in the beginning. And the trick was that there are exits. You're just not seeing them because of an optical illusion. And you have to kind of walk forward. But those thorns are...
Well, we have pretty sharp eyes. We'll keep an eye out.
Do you have a stick or something?
I have a bow. I have
digging through my bag for...
I have a pet mouse I've never mentioned or shown you before. I have
well, you keep that thing very well hidden. It's as roguish as you are.
Well, I have this little setup for her. She can be in my backpack and she won't get suffocated. It's great. Let's see. I have
one of Darewood's old swords that I could use to poke at the wall with.
Yeah. I don't have anything longer than my oath bow, and I don't want to get that all oogie.
Okay. Darewood sword it is. Let's do this.
You also have arrows too, I guess.
I have arrows. I could use an arrow. How about that?
Eventually, you're going to end up wasting a lot of ammo that way.
Well, it won't get hurt in theory. Maybe it'll even be venomous afterward. Who knows?
It's funny.
I'll use an arrow on this wall, and you use your sword on that wall, and we'll
plan.
Stroll along.
So we are not like small children that you know how kids will walk along fences and like drag their fingers along it, except weapons.
With weapons.
Right.
Well, you guys do that, and the small creatures, they only after they notice you're leaving, they kind of like follow at a distance, and then they stop when you guys hit the corridor where it narrows.
Janine pretends to not notice, but she's totally like, as she looks over to say things to Kenna, she's secretly like glancing back at them just to see if they're pacing us. But it sounds like they stop. So
I am going to cant at you, and I imagine my cant is about as good as your elven at this juncture. So I'm going to say something along the lines of, we start to get as bad as they are, kill me first.
Sure. Do you mind if I eat you afterward?
You don't eat anything here, or you will never be able to get out.
You're not a fae.
No, I'm not a fae. Yeah, I guess you can eat me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Kenna. I'm not going to eat you. I am kidding.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just meat at that point anyway.
We're 20 minutes into the session, and you guys are already resorting to cannibalism.
It's important. It's important to plan ahead.
Setting up a contingency plan.
Okay, I'm going to ready an action for cannibalism.
Perfect.
But it's Kenna. She's fun size, you know.
Yep.
All right. No, I'm kidding. Kenna, don't worry about it. This can't last forever. Whatever cast this on us would be pretty bored if all we did was walk along here. So sooner or later, we're going to find something. Something will happen. That's my theory.
Well, so hopefully you're right.
You go through several twists and turns before you come to your first T.
Ooh, a T.
Oh, good. Now we have to make a decision.
And to the right, you hear the trickle of water in the distance. To the left, you don't see anything, just endless corridor.
I'm curious.
Sounds interesting. It's a thing. It's a different thing.
You know, you had me reading that book about Fae to get more information on the hags, and like there are so many things in there that try to drown you. It's very unsettling.
I'm not saying go in the water. I just want to go look at it.
I also want to go look at the water.
Okay. But we don't drink it.
No, we don't drink it or eat it.
We don't make any deals with the water.
We don't ingest the water or anything else.
Well, heading in the direction of the water.
Okay.
As you close the distance, the sound of you hear the sound, and you see the soft glow that permeates a chamber. So the actual landscape itself has changed a little bit. It's like all marble instead. The light reflects from a pool of water. Tracing the light to its source leads to a square chamber with a center dominated by a large water fountain. The water sprays, obviously the sound you've heard, from the pool's center stream down 4 statues. 2 are of polished obsidian, forming grotesque gargoyles, while the other 2 are beatific angels carved of white alabaster. Each statue glares at a different entrance to this chamber, as if daring anyone to enter their domain. Above the archway, because there's an archway leading into this chamber, it says Fictigol Mortum is inscribed.
Fictigol Mortum?
Yes.
I don't know that language, I don't think.
Well, mortem is probably a reference to death. If it shares any root words with several other languages that we've discussed things in. The other part, that's what's tripping me up.
So, do either of you have
Fictigol?
knowledge in arcana, history, or religion?
Maybe.
No, and hell no.
All right, well, just
I do have.
I can read. That's my big talent. I can read and write. That's as much of an education as anyone ever needs.
So, if you can both give me an intelligence check, then.
Do I get my bardic check?
Yeah, you do.
Nonsense. 14.
11.
So a 14.
That's above average.
The 14, you're able to establish that it is an ancient form of common, and you think it means tribute or death.
I see. Well, I'm not entirely sure what we could attribute to these things. Typically, but we don't actually know if this is really Fae nonsense or not. But if it was, then the price would probably not be in money. And I've had quite enough of that for one lifetime.
Are there coins in the fountain?
If you're approaching the fountain, you do see that there is stuff glittering in the bottom from beneath the water's surface.
Yes, good.
Okay.
How close do you get to the fountain?
I don't get close to the fountain. I just see a little glitter and I say, why don't I just flip a coin into the fountain from here?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let's play this really safe. And I take out one of my platinum pieces and flip it toward the fountain.
Okay. All right. So you flip the platinum piece into the air, and actually one of the statues reaches out and grabs it.
Oh,
good.
Hello. Hi. We are friendly travelers.
Indeed.
Trying to travel back to
whence we came.
Normal world. Or whatever our world is called. Ryler, yeah. That's it. Does this statue do anything other than grab a coin?
So it grabs it. It looks at you. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
It looks at you. It kind of lacks. You see the lack of comprehension in the thing's face. But it takes the coin and just drops it into the fountain.
Okay. Do you think that worked for both of us, Ken, or do you need one too?
I should probably throw one too. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a gold piece though, because this thing don't know I'm carrying platinum.
Okay. You throw it in, a different statue grabs it and then just drops it into the water.
Okay.
So maybe we try the pathway that the one that took your coin was looking at, because I think that's the road we paid for, if that makes sense.
Okay. Sure. Wait, is that one of the gargoyle roads or one of the angel roads? Do we have a choice in that?
The angel grabbed yours.
Okay. Angels are good, right?
Always.
Angels are a-holes, but let's go ahead and try it anyway.
Really?
So
I'm kidding.
So there's like just
I wouldn't know. I literally wouldn't know. I thought angels were supposed to be good.
No, they are supposed to be good. I was making a reference to this
I don't know much
story I follow involving two brothers that like to go hunt ghosts.
So there's like just enough room to like kind of like skirt around the fountain. It takes up the bulk of of it. And as you do, you see there's quite a bit of gold and gems and coins in the fountain as you skirt by. But every once in a while,
Janine grits her teeth and does not go treasure diving in the fountain.
Good.
And it's good because as you do that, you think you see something slither beneath the water.
I don't like that. I'm glad I didn't see that.
It almost as if the water is slithering beneath itself. It is one of the most bizarre things you've probably ever seen.
I'm not thirsty. You're not thirsty either, Kenna.
No.
I wouldn't advise even looking over there, really.
No, really, I wouldn't advise drinking anything here just in case it's fey crap.
Yep.
Yeah, and so as you guys, enter the side chamber, you hear a different sound, come from the pool, from the fountain of water, and that's when you kind of see it looks like the water rising up, but to take the form of a snake, and it kind of just like looks in your direction and then kind of just like falls back beneath the water.
I think that went well. I think.
Yeah, it didn't attack us.
So how come, if this is like Fae stuff, how come they can take our stuff and we can't take their stuff? Why is that?
Okay, like it's all right to accept a gift from a Fae, but you don't thank them for it. It's a whole bunch of complicated, crappy rules because things don't work the same way here. But the thing is, if they were on our plane, I'm pretty sure it would work a little differently. But we're in their world right now, so we're the ones that have to go careful.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. Everything will be fine.
Also making a very big assumption that we are in some kind of Fae territory because we don't actually know that for sure. I'm just guesstimating because
green stuff, but that's pretty much all we know.
There's green stuff and also a guy that's working with Fae that has it out for us, and 3 hags that are Fae that have it out for us. It's just
there's some Fae we're friendly with too.
That's true.
But this doesn't seem much like them.
Nope. Definitely not friendly thorns up in there.
Plus,
but
didn't they say because of the bow and the summers? My father-in-law, it's a Olarian. His deal was with the winter court. This isn't very wintry. So, I mean,
it begins the snow. Not kidding.
That doesn't. I don't know if that means anything, but I don't know.
So a few more twists and turns again, and you find yourself at a 4-way intersection, or at least approaching one. You know what? You can roll initiative though.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
22.
I got a 9.
Huh.
Hmm.
22 and a 9, huh? All
Don't
right,
use that voice, Jave. It's too early in the game to be using that voice. I'm going to freak out.
So as you come upon as you come upon this intersection, just before you get there, a humanoid that stands well over 9 feet tall comes barreling around the corner. It is got huge horns and it basically looks like a bull wearing armor and carrying a large axe, with its head lowered. And the first thing it spots is Deneen being taller and is bearing down in your direction. Can it react?
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out Last Breath and take a swipe at this thing because you don't hurt Deneen. Ooh. 24 to hit?
That hits.
Go, Ken.
And that would be 5 damage. And then attack Huh?
Go ahead.
Attack number 2 would be 20 total to hit.
That also hits.
Yes. Okay, that time 9 damage.
So you can also take a third attack because it is actually going to run right by, but on its way, it does take a swipe at Deneen, hitting AC 19.
18 is my AC.
All right, so
Deneen is completely flat-footed by this thing charging at her.
if that was still a thing, you absolutely would be.
I guess she'll try to uncanny dodge it.
Okay, and that's using your reaction.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was pretty crappy. So you take 9 points of damage.
Is that halved or?
Oh, that's without being halved.
Okay.
I know that doesn't work. Right, 9. So with that, give me a strength saving throw. Let's throw.
Oh, that's not good. Of course, that blessing is long gone. A 7.
A 7.
These noodle arms have no muscle.
As this beast comes bearing down on you, and its furtive breath is like all in your face. It hits you with the axe and then lowers the shoulder to continue and just slams you into the walls.
Oh, that's probably not good.
Yeah, into one of the walls, and you almost think you hear like the rattle of a snake's a rattlesnake's tail just before you impact the wall.
That's okay. So she plows into the foliage then.
So you will take 2 points of damage as the thorns pierce your flesh, and it's at this point that I'll get to that later, but yeah. So you definitely you're kind of like stuck to the wall at the moment.
Ow!
And
it's like a Velcro wall.
Yeah, and also give me another saving throw. This one is going to be Constitution.
No. Okay, let's see. A 12. but this sounds important, so I think I'm feeling lucky. Oh, and that one. Great. Okay, thanks, Deneen. I took Lucky to save you in these situations, Janine, and you're not helping me. All right.
So you are currently poisoned, and as you feel the venom flow through your veins, you take another point of damage. So you're okay. You used your reaction, and this giant bull man just keeps running back towards the direction of the fountain.
Okay, so the idea that thing was running away from whatever it is that is in this direction does not settle well with me.
Well, unless he's just was he? Did it seem like he was basically just trying to get past us, or was he just?
No, it seemed like a deliberate attack.
It's probably just so he can hit us harder.
And you can actually make a bardic check, Kenna.
Boop. I just not 20 that bardic check.
Okay, you recognize this creature from myth and lore as a minotaur, and they are masters of mazes.
Yep, no matter what's going on, he's not lost.
Yeah.
Now, if only he hadn't been charging through here like a maniac, I really wish we could talk to him.
He didn't seem like the talkative type. He seemed a little more brutish. So that being said, Deneen, you're stuck to the wall right now. And
so I'm stuck.
You're stuck. And it's at this point.
I'm stuck.
It's at this point that you realize that the thorns are actually barbed.
Oh, I need to pry myself out of here.
Is it possible to cut her down? Like saw through the.
What if you get stuck if you touch this stuff?
You may attempt. You can make a medicine check.
Oh, that's a good barb if it needs a medicine check.
15.
Yeah, you work at it for a while, but you're able to work her off of the wall without her taking any additional damage. You noticed
I should have cast guidance on you for that. But I was a little distracted by the poison.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. Let's see to you then.
It's I'm not too hurt, but we need to stay away from these walls.
How did this even happen?
Well, we were just in the alley. It seemed like a normal alley. I don't think he'd noticed us yet.
You don't think the monarch did it, do you?
It doesn't seem like his thing.
I mean, I think such things are possible, but I didn't realize he was capable of them.
Well, is this Minotaur thing coming back?
No, he kept going and fades from sight eventually, or makes a turn.
Huh. Weird. But he did deliberately attack us. So
yeah.
Of course, we deliberately attacked him too, but he was clearly hostile.
Kind of wonder if maybe he was running from something scarier than he is.
I thought you said they're like masters of mazes, though. Wouldn't this arguably be his place?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there isn't something bigger and scarier than he is in it. It just means he's not lost.
Well,
or he really needed to get back to that fountain for something.
Do you want to keep going in this direction?
I don't know, do you? I'm not scared. If there's something really big and scary this way, I kind of want to know what it is. It's going to make for a great song. You know how I feel about that.
Sure.
Well, there's a 4-way intersection, and you are poisoned currently, Deneen.
Oh. Let me look that up. That's some disadvantage, right?
Yeah, it's disadvantage to like everything. To life. You have disadvantage on life.
Oh.
What else is new?
Let me see.
When it comes to conditions in Deneen.
What have I got here?
Disadvantage?
I don't think that's how that works, but I'm going to check.
Maybe it'll wear off. Let's just sit here and see if it'll wear off.
All right, we can take a short rest, and I will bardically doot that short rest to help.
And I'm ready to in case we get interrupted by more minotaurs or what have you, to jump up and attack things.
Oh God, where is it? Why?
So
I'm
you
not
guys,
that injured, but I'm assuming we want this to wear off.
all right. So you take the short rest,
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
and
Yes.
just at the end of the short rest, you hear the pounding of hooves upon the ground once again. So you guys were at an intersection, or just before the intersection, and the Minotaur came from the right, and basically came around the corner at you guys. Well, now you hear the pounding of the hooves coming from straight ahead.
All right. So it's coming from a different direction than the way it left.
It is, yeah.
So it might not even be the same Minotaur.
Well, I'm gonna get ready to stab the hell out of it. It seems like it's gonna attack either of us.
I am subsequently shouting parlay in every language that I know.
So when you eventually, what are the languages you know?
I know Common, Halfling, Sylvan from the Pixie Pouch, not from anything that's like actual game related. Well, I mean, yeah, it happened in the game. I'm going to stop doing that now. Dwarven, Elven, and Deep Speech.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I took the linguist feat.
Ooh.
That'll do it every time.
And thieves can't.
Yeah. In the process of learning, yes.
So you're like yammering out parlay in all these languages, and it kind of just laughs as it comes around the corner. Appears about 60 feet away and is heading straight for you guys.
Can we seriously please not do this? And I'm like, I've got my sword in my hand and I've got my shield, and I'm like frazzing.
Man. So as it's approaching,
Uh-huh.
I guess it won't work that way. No, I gotta wait till it's right here and then knife it. Because as it is, I've already got disadvantage.
Actually, the you guys had kind of gone through the short rest. The poison is faded.
Okay, good. I feel a little better. Except for the whole being trapped in a maze thing. You're looking more delicious by the minute, Kenna.
Yeah, we've already done this once.
All right.
So, I guess it's a new initiative, so you guys can roll initiative.
Yes, good.
Looks like the same critter though, right?
19. I am rolling very well for initiative tonight.
Yeah, he's adorned exactly the same.
Another 9, but I was ready. I had a ready action to stab the hell out of it.
Nice. So, Kenna, you can go.
Yes, good. Okay, I lost the Zoom window. Here we go. Found it again. $25 to hit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
But only 4 damage because such things happen. Does a 13 hit?
13 glances off his breastplate.
Cool.
And with that, he lowers his head. And a 23 to basically buck Kenna into the air.
Oh yeah, easily.
Into the air. Hopefully not above the level of these hedgerows.
Oh.
One of the things that kind of happens is as Kenna goes into the air and gets closer to them, as you watch her trajectory, is they almost seem to the vines almost seem to move with a glee as she approaches, but then she falls kind of short.
Cool, my small body flopping in the air like a rag doll.
So you will take 12 points of damage.
Okay, that was not as bad as I was expecting.
And you can take an attack of opportunity as it goes to run by you.
Cool. So I'm like coming down from my arc and like slashing at it on its way by, and this time I get a 24 to hit. And get 6 damage. Slightly more than last time. So, and also, am I going to be able to shoot off a bardic inspiration at Deneen?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely.
Yes, I do that. I like battle cry on the way down from up in the air.
Kenna, death from above.
So Deneen, you may go.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try and stab him. 25 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
And that's a total of I gotta get this to add up sometime. 21 piercing damage.
Okay.
To hit him.
You slash at him. And he's going by you, so if you have a reaction, you can also take that.
I sure am gonna try and stab him again with the offhand. And that's 28 to hit.
That hits. That's still a sneak attack too.
It's only once per turn. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes, once per turn, but
I wish.
No, it's your reaction isn't part of your turn.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's part of the next round? Huh. Oh, because him moving by is part of his turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm good with that. I'm just trying to play fair. 15 then damage.
15 damage. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it was 28 to hit. So.
Yeah. So your dagger sinks into him once again, and he just keeps running. So what are you guys doing?
Go away. Stay away.
You think you hear like a chuffing sound in the distance coming from him.
We'd be happy to leave your maze if we knew how. Kenna, this isn't good. Let's keep moving. No. We can't just stay here. Maybe he's just doing loops through this particular section.
I mean, I suppose that's possible. I don't know how we ended up in town just in time for the running of the bulls.
On the upside, he probably has to pay a toll to those statues every time he goes through that room.
Well, at least he's going to be broke.
Are you okay? How do you feel? You're not poisoned?
No, I'm all right. I didn't hit the thorns. Oh. This is really sneezing.
Sneeze again?
On character. You don't have to wait for me. I'm going to mute.
Well, then, out of character, I ask Eleven to bless her sneezes. Bless you. Bless you, Megan.
Nice. So, which way are you guys going? You have, back the way you came or 3 other directions?
The one of the 3 other directions sounds good to me. And we already made one right. So how about if we make another right?
Yeah, pretty much the group that I play with on Saturday, we always go right, even if it doesn't make any logical sense to go right. And if there isn't a right door, then we wait until we'll walk around until we find the one that would be right if we were facing that direction. And that's just our procedure for dungeon crawling. So
sounds
I'm good with right. I'm used to this.
It's the right way to go.
So you travel probably for like another hour, and like
so you don't get left behind.
This place is just monotonous in its sameness until you come to what appears to be a tunnel up ahead. It is kind of dark and gloomy, and it seems to be a hall made completely of obsidian. It's about 20 foot wide and probably a couple hundred feet long. And all the walls and the floor, every surface is polished and seems to reflect light on them, dancing spectrally along it. As you get closer, you begin to hear just barely perceptible, the very edge of your hearing, chanting. And as you get closer, it becomes louder, and it's a primal and rhythmic. And it probably makes you want to dance, but at the same time, it calls to something primal and base in you. It's accompanied by chanting and drumming, and after you hear it for a little while, it seems to keep beat with the pace of your heart. So what are you doing?
It's catchy, Deneen, or Kenna, but I automatically assume it's bad.
I mean, it probably is, but I need to see what it is anyway.
Well, as
You're the music expert.
In the periphery, you think you see a flicker of light along the wall, either wall. Dark shapes begin to take form within the light. The scene unfolds before your eyes. The flicker of light steadily grows to intensify to that of a flame, then a torch, then a campfire, then finally a raging bonfire circling around the fire's edge. Bestial folk engage in wild revelry. The women are capering around as the men beat primitive tempos on drums. Some of the bestial folk have features of goat and men. The others are part ram and part woman. All are only clothed in loincloths, and the structure of their legs is like the hindquarters of a goat, ending in hooves. Upon the creatures' necks are bestial heads, well-muscled bodies. The men exude power and strength, while the women look to be creatures of speed and grace. The rhythm of the drum stirs your blood, while the dancers call to more base desires. Watching the dancers and hearing the primal cadence of the drummers, you feel an urge to join them.
I have to make a bonobo roll because Kenna she might just. That was not a good bonobo roll. That was an 11. It was somewhere in the middle. I want
it's tempting, but can Denise do the protective mom arm in front of Kenna?
Yeah, you'd have plenty of time to stop me, I imagine, would she?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This is bad. This is the kind of thing where you end up like dancing to death or something. This is not good. We're going a different way. Let's
hear me out.
No, I'll hear you out over there. Let's go back this way.
It might give us some goodwill with the satyrs, though.
This is more like half animal people. The last one tried to kill us.
What if they turn out to be cool, though?
How about no? It looks like a party. Don't get me wrong. I like the lights. It's like a rave, but no.
So at the same time, it just looks like reflections on the walls.
If we go in there, we're going to see stuck dancing.
Okay, how about I go and then you can stop me if I look like.
Let me tie a rope around you.
So exactly how much time do you spend kind of like checking this out?
I want to have this conversation. I wanted to drag her away.
And what is Kenna doing?
I go back around the corner with her. I don't have any reason not to, but I really want to go dance with these wild things.
Well,
I don't know about this, Kenna.
It looks like there's a wall, so you'd have to like go through the wall. They literally look like reflections on the walls of polished obsidian.
So you'd go into the tunnel and you'd see them in the wall.
Yes.
Oh, can we just like dance near the walls and not go into the wall? That'd be kind of hard to do anyway, because walls tend to be solid and we are also solid, and that's not how solids work.
Unnaturally tempting. That's the problem. That's my concern. I know I tend toward a slight edge of paranoia, but I haven't been enjoying my trip here so far.
I can't say that I haven't. I've actually been really enjoying the scenery, but
the scenery has been enjoying me, Kenna. And she points to where we had to dig the hook out of her arm.
I guess that's true, but you're okay now. Do you want a healing spell? I can fix that.
No, I'll be fine.
Just tie a rope around me and I'll go do the thing, and then you can pull me back if anything goes wrong.
Fine. Here, and she'll tie a rope around Kenna.
I'm gonna go dance with the
very
shadows.
Solidly, with the knot behind her back.
Okay. Well, like there's two dancers and two drummers.
I do both. I dance and drum. We do this.
Oh no! So Kenna goes in. She's dancing.
You're gonna do a dance and drum off.
So when you enter, what is the first thing you do?
I fling my drum off my back and start like slowly getting into the beat, and then I will start moving with them as like I integrate myself into the music, because music is its own language in a sense.
So in some ways, the music actually makes you think of Agnetha. It's because it's kind of primitive and bass. in its
Makes me
nature.
like it more.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's see if this is one of my saves. I don't believe it. It's not. 6.
All right, so 6. You begin moving towards the wall, and you actually walk through the wall.
Oh,
That
good.
pull on the rope. Pull back on the rope.
That is why the rope is there.
So, I guess it's going to be an opposed athletics check, well, for Deneen, it's going to be a strength check. For Kenna, it can be strength or dex, including acrobatics, to slip the bonds.
Guess which one I'm going to end up having to pick there. Oh, this is not working in my favor, but I'd still be doing my best at it.
I'm gonna ask Eleven for help on this one. Come on, boss.
14.
I got a 14 also.
Oh, what happens now?
You would slip the bonds because you have the higher stat.
Oh, good.
Damn it.
So,
Sorry.
So Kenna, you begin dancing with the dancers and drumming with the drummers, and they barely acknowledge you. Just a slight nod of the head, and they begin dancing.
Cool.
Now I have to go in after her. All right, I'm gonna reel in my rope. Deneen's cursing to herself.
I'm having a grand time with these animal people.
Damn it! I'm gonna put earplugs in my ears, hoping that this will help. Little wads of fabric or something. Maybe wrappers from my honey candy that I've already eaten.
So that's a good idea. So, but both of you give me initiative.
Oh no! For a dance off, right? That's all it is.
16.
Deneen, what is wrong with you today? 6.
Okay, so Kenna is going first. Kenna begins dancing with the dancers. Kenna, give me another saving throw.
Oh, good. 7.
One of the things that Deneen, you notice is Kenna's form begins to shift ever so slightly.
No, I want her back. That's no.
And it is your turn, and now you can make a wisdom save as well. If you stuff things,
is this a charm effect? Because I have advantage.
Yeah, I would definitely say this is a charm effect.
All right then. Between that and having stuff in my ears, I'm gonna. What is it again? Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing I have advantage. I got a nat 20.
Okay, so you feel the pull, the compulsion to go join them and dance,
No,
but you're able to resist it.
But she's on the other side of this wall. Can I grab her in any way? This is
you felt the compulsion to walk through the wall.
I don't want to walk through the wall, but she already did, so I can't reach through and grab her.
She is 25 feet away from you,
shit.
dancing amongst the beast creatures.
Can I go in there voluntarily?
You can try.
All right.
You pass through the wall if you try.
just in case I'm dropping a dagger out here. And then I'm gonna walk through the wall and continue desperately trying to ignore this music and focus on Kenna.
Okay. So when you get to Kenna, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna grab her.
I won't be mad if you slap me as hard as you can.
I'm not gonna slap you. I'm gonna say, Kenna, it's been awesome, but we've got to go. Besides, we got to get out of here so you can write this down. This lovely tune you're composing. Let's get out of here.
All right. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Good.
Kenna.
I can blow in my own die. It works that way, right?
Sure, why not?
20 this time total.
Ooh.
Okay. You kind of shake it off, and you feel the magic that's been washing over you, and also starting to change your body.
The very second I come back to myself, I start to counter charm.
She needs bunny ears, Dave. That's my vote.
Bunny ears?
Yes.
That's not.
This is all a big flashback. Like, I am having a flashback to another world and another time.
So your will is now your own. What are you going to do?
Counter charm.
Oh,
You can counter charm while I'm dragging you out of here.
Okay, that's acceptable, but I am a bard, and that is what we do. Let me go back and read again how that works in this edition, because I know I can do it.
You've broken the charm, so you don't feel the compulsion anymore. Just like,
well, good. Now Deneen won't.
Deneen didn't feel it either once she passed, so
good. Still going to counter charm, just as a precaution.
But the dancers and the drummers look angry that you're trying to leave their drums.
We really have to leave. It's nothing personal.
So they kind of like the drummers jump up and the dancers begin dancing in your general direction, and one of each are going to kind of break off.
Can we bolt back through the wall? Since I've got her, can I use the bonus action to try and get back into the hallway, and hopefully they'll stay stuck in the wall?
Hopefully I don't stay stuck in the wall.
I can't teleport with you. I can't take you with me if I teleport back to the dagger, but I can at least try to move. I'm pretty fast.
Blink?
I'm fast.
So, all right. So they actually go after Kenna. So Kenna's turn kind of passed. So they're like between the two of yous for initiative order.
Okay.
And one of the male ones will rush each of you, as will one of the female ones. So, closing in on Kenna, one of the drummers swings, a meaty fist in your direction, hitting AC 18 and AC 13. So I believe that's a hit and a miss.
Yes. I know you said that he's punching me, but I'm just picturing it with drumsticks, like one after the other.
It's a real beatdown.
Yeah. So you take 5 points of damage as as a fist slams into your gut, and then one of the dancers comes in your direction and begins flailing her legs at you, kicking. AC 16 and 25. So those are going to be a pair of hits. For 14 points of damage. And, another pair marches over towards Deneen to give her a similar treatment. So 2 punches. That's going to be a hit and a miss. And 2 kicks is going to also be a hit and a miss. So if you decide to use your reaction, do you want to use it against a punch or a kick?
Kicks sound more powerful.
All right, so the kick does 4 points before any halving, and the punch does 5 points.
Oh well, I guess I was wrong. Okay.
And now it is your turn.
Well, do I have a sense that Kenna is actually... Well, she cast counter charm, so I'm assuming she's back in her right mind at this point.
Yeah, she stopped dancing.
I really do want to drag her away. This is my goal.
She has stopped frolicking with them, so yes.
Okay. I'm going to just haul her out of here into the hall proper. That's my goal right now.
Okay, so you have plenty of movement, so it's just a matter of, are you disengaging or are you just hauling ass? The dancers look fast.
There's a lot of them, and I don't want them to try and grapple us as I leave, so I'm going to disengage and haul out of here and GTFO if I can.
And you got a move of 35?
Yep. I've got a move of 35.
Okay, so you burst, outside the wall. You're on the other side of the wall, and you move a wee bit from the wall. Another 5 foot or so,
Right.
10 foot or so, and that brings us to Kenna.
And can I, since that was just.
Oh, that's right.
Because I have I still have, unless that was just movement.
Right.
So can I kick that dagger that's on the floor out of the tunnel, which is where I should have left it originally, just in case? That still won't help me. But then can I do that?
Well, also? you can interact with an object.
Right.
So that can be interact with an object.
All right. So just so it's in a better position. And then, so let's see. If my disengage was my bonus action, can my action be dash?
It can be.
Then I'm going to dash.
All right. So you're actually able to run out of the hall. So the question is, are you going to run the way you came or the other way?
You said it's hundreds of feet.
Yes.
So I think I just want to get all the way out of here. I think I'll go back the way we came.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good move, but I don't want to be in here anymore.
So you hear pursuit up until you actually get through the wall. And also, like, when you're running back towards the wall, in the heat of the moment, you probably didn't realize this until you're like, oh no. It's just nothing but kind of like an inky darkness all around you that extends in all directions. So, but when you went back the way you came, you eventually burst through the wall. You can see it now that you're through, but from the inside, it just looked like it went on forever.
So it's a good thing I knew which way to go.
Well, yes.
But then we get back in the hallway and I run back out with a Kenna.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And then, after a moment or so, the music resumes.
That was a wild ride. I'm going to check my body for mutations now.
A little bunny tail.
It's actually more like a little fawn tail.
Oh, good. Oh. That's a thing that happens.
Wait, so you have a little tail? Oh.
Does it wag?
It does, and your knees are slightly crooked the other way now.
Oh, that's good.
Don't worry about it, Kenna. It just looks cute, and she scoops up her dagger.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem. All right, let's get this figured out.
Let's keep moving away from this lovely thing. I didn't think we could make it all the way to the other end without more problems.
So eventually you find your way back to the intersection.
I take this stuff out of my ears finally.
So which way would you guys like to go?
Well, we already tried that right. How about the next right?
Yep.
Which would be straight from where we originally were.
So you do that and you travel for a little while, more turns, twists and turns. At a certain point, you just get the sense, like, if you look back, you feel like you're just traveling the same areas over and over again.
Yeah.
It's going forever.
Color me unsurprised.
But in the distance, you hear the barking laughter of many voices. The sound grows louder and more piercing as you approach, a strange glow up ahead. Your nose begins to detect the pungent stench of death and rot as you close. The light takes on a sickly green hue and its strange shadows flit about the corridor leading into the chamber ahead. Approaching the room, two things become immediately apparent: the source of the greenish light and the maddening cacophonous laughter. Heads of hyenas dangle from chains, barking out hideous laughter as spittle flies from their mouths. The foul stench that is their breath. The chains are bolted to to severed heads, and the necks have been crudely stitched shut. The light emanates from a massive altar, a large squat statue of a bestial man, 10 foot upon the dais. It very much resembles either the creature, the minotaur that's been hunting you guys, or even those other creatures. The beast has the head of a feral bull, and seated it is easily as tall as the tallest of men. It sits cross-legged with a large round metallic disc in its lap. Stacked upon the disc is a stack of copper, silver, and gold coins, all the same height. On closer inspection, the disc is a shield, and the hilt of a sword made in proportion to a large beast juts from one shoulder. And that statue is on a dais.
So there's chained up hyena-headed creatures here. Am I getting that part right? Or is it
no? They're heads hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
And they're hanging by chains. The necks are stitched together, and they look like hyena heads.
Janine, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed. Is there any exit from this room? What you see is it's basically another four-way intersection. The room is 40 by 40. The very center is the dais with the statue of the bull man with a stack of coins. Do we need to make another offering here? Or does that mean we're accidentally joining some religion?
Accidentally joining a cult is not a fun time.
Well, he already doesn't like us, so I don't know.
It looks
like one who knows things, Keta.
Apparently not. And I wag my fuzzy tail and give you a pointed look. Not cute.
So when you get startled, does it flip up like a little deer?
I hope
you bound
not.
Away?
Let's try not startling me, and hopefully everything will be back to normal by the time we get out of this, whatever this is. Let's go ahead and put a coin in the bowl. Why not?
Okay. We do the thing.
So you can kind of wind your way through the heads, but if you get close to any of them, they snap at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay low.
So you're definitely able to do that. When you enter, give me some charisma saving throws.
Oh, that is one of my throws.
Is this another charmy thing?
24.
This is, I don't think so.
Okay, 19.
I guess it didn't matter anyway. So you feel a dark magic kind of wash over you.
Not today, Satan.
And kind of you guys are able to resist it. And very much, it feels like the opposite of any time Deneen has cast Bless on you.
Oh, bastard. All right. Well, are we still giving this jerk money? Maybe he'll leave us alone.
This is a bribe to leave us alone. And
yes.
I drop a gold coin in the bowl.
I will also announce this is strictly a bribe to leave us alone. And I will also drop a coin in the bowl. In the shield.
Okay. It does not move when you do such.
Yay.
But, as long as you guys are careful, you're able to avoid.
I'm staying low, as you can see.
Okay, so you're able to avoid the hyena heads, but they do kind of you avoid their teeth, but you definitely do not avoid saliva. You definitely get slimed at some point or another.
I need to buy a hat.
Oh God, my hat is getting all messed up.
Deneen is unhappy.
Which archway you're going to go through to leave?
The right one, of course.
The right one.
Okay, so you do that and you travel for a while. I was about to ask you if you were sneaking or hiding.
I was.
You're low, so I think that you're.
Yeah, that was just me being low, so that I can get my head bitten off.
So you guys travel for a while, more twists and turns, before you come to another T, and actually the hallway becomes all stonework, and you see torches that are lighting a T intersection above. There's a silver and a gold door you can see in the distance, glittering off of the torchlight.
And it's like a long stone hallway with torches.
It is, before you stand two ornate doors at a T intersection. The door on the right is gold trimmed with black iron, and the door on the left is of black iron trimmed with gold, both depicting nearly identical woodland scenes. Among the woodland scenes on the black iron door, see the forms of various creatures, snakes, mice, and hawks. In the center of each door is a large disc. The gold door elaborately etched with a stand of trees, and the black iron door's etching looks incomplete with only a tree with some grass beneath it. It etched toward the top, and the rest of the disc is smooth. The gold door only adorned with plant life. And there's 4 torches to two to either side of the doors.
Huh. So there's a black door with lots of creatures on it, and the disc is not etched on that one.
Yeah. You both of your perception checks, your passes are above 15, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, easily.
20.
All right.
22.
So the golden door, and only the golden door, is adorned with plant life. What you notice is are carvings of skulls at the roots of the trees and wrapped in the vines and among vines, scaling trees. Motifs are hidden. Adders can be found as well.
I always liked silver better anyway.
And it's also at that point that you hear a familiar sound of the beating of hooves on the ground.
I was about to start counter charming.
So we need to pick a door is what we're talking about here.
This one.
Not the death skull
Not the
door.
death door.
The one with the creatures.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, that's the gold trim, black iron, large disc creature door.
Yeah. The one that's kind of etched in silver.
Oh, it's etched in silver. Okay.
Yeah. And the other one's etched in gold. So both of them appear the same, but you don't see any mechanisms to open them.
Do we need... I gotta get an idea.
All right, you go, Master Thief. Do you want me to hold off these?
So if I touch this disc, does anything happen?
No.
All right, I'm gonna take my mouse out of my backpack. I say, and she's it's a little stoneware pot with like holes all over it, so that she would have ventilation no matter where it was rattling around in my pack. And there's like a little bowl built into the bottom of it, and so I sort of undo a little thing, and it hinges open. And I take her out. I say, "Okay, this place. There's a lot of animals here. It likes creatures. Maybe it'll open the door for you." And I'll like hold her out to the little panel on the door. Please don't die.
That's adorable.
So
maybe it'll open for my mouse.
I know Kenna's passive perception is well over DC 20, right?
Yeah, it's 22. I wouldn't say well over, but it is over.
And mine's 20.
Yeah.
And yours is 20. Okay, so one of the things you do notice as well, now that you're kind of like poking around the doors, is like, oh, I don't want to step in front of that other door because there's a pit trap there.
Oh, the door with all the skulls?
The door with the skulls.
Yeah, let's not touch that. My mouse better live through this. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
So
we gotta go. So let's. Will the door open for her?
The door does not open for her.
I'll stick her back in her little thing. I give her a little kiss, mwah, and then I stick her back in the little thing. I say, "It's okay. You did a good job. He's not your fault." And I put her back in there and put her back in my pack.
I start shouting at the door in Sylvan that it needs to open.
So you're doing that, and coming from the direction that the other side of the pit, the Minotaur is bearing down on you guys. What are you going?
Oh, that's good. If we kill it, it'll give us more time to figure this out after.
On the other side of the pit?
Yes.
Oh,
because you're in a T.
Okay, maybe he's dumb enough to fall through it? I don't know.
Yeah, let's let that happen.
Okay. I can still shoot at him while he approaches, though.
We back up a little bit so that
it's better if I use the daggers, because otherwise I won't be able to get sneak attack on him. So I whip out my daggers again.
Run his butt over the pit trap. Look like we're getting ready to make Custard's last stand up in here. Yes.
So did you do anything? Well, because that was the door with the animals on it that you were looking at. Did you do anything else with it? Other than
just pressing on the panel and having mouse touch the panel, and that was as far as we got in our investigation.
Asking it to open politely in Sylvan.
Asking less politely in Sylvan is how it sounded to me.
So if you're touching it, how are you touching it? I'll give you one attempt at touching. Tell me exactly what you did. So that the door is basically with the woodland scene, and where the other one had no animals and just had the skulls hidden in it. This one has a mouse, snake, and a hawk on it, and then it's like the woodland scene.
Oh, it had a mouse on it?
Yes, it had a mouse, a hawk, and a snake.
Well, no wonder I got the idea with the mouse. Well, it's two predators and prey.
Probably should not buy chicken.
But I like mice. I'm totally gonna try poking at the mouse.
Okay. So you touch the mouse, and there's kind of like a soft glow that happens.
We're gonna put this in the fridge.
But that was it.
But that is it.
And then meanwhile, this bull is charging up to us again.
It is.
All right. I'm just gonna get ready in action to stab him.
All right, we'll drop initiative.
Watch me get another 9. An 8. Are you serious? I've had a 9, a 6,
20.
and an 8.
Yep.
So Kenna is up. Kenna is beat.
Kenna's reaction time is just stellar tonight.
You're
She's
very
been
good.
drinking espressos all day, getting ready for the monarch.
All right. Yeah, probably. So yeah. We don't have a tank with us. I should probably just play this straight. Where is the Minotaur compared to where we are standing? There's still a pit between us, yes?
There's a 10-foot pit.
In that case, I cast Blink.
Ooh.
And blink into the ethereal plane. And it'll show up on the other side of the Minotaur, wherever the Minotaur happens to be next round.
Deneen makes a mental note to herself to ask Kenna what the hell it is she's doing that she's been doing these last few months. She still doesn't know.
Did you roll an 8 or did you get an 8 total?
8 total.
Okay.
Oh, and I keep sending it to Kenna as opposed to all panelists.
Oh, I think I accidentally sent you my
Yeah, we've been sending it to each other for some reason instead of to Dave.
Sorry.
All right, so the Minotaur comes bearing down in your direction once again and runs right across the pit, and you're fairly certain that trap should probably activate, but for whatever reason it doesn't.
Probably because it's a Minotaur and this is its domain.
And 16 misses you, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so it goes to charge at you, and it does charge at you, runs by you, ducks its head, but you're able to duck underneath. You can take an attack of opportunity if you wish.
I'm certainly gonna attack. It's 27 to hit,
Oh, absolutely hits.
and I get no sneak attack damage
You get no sneak attack damage.
because Kenna's not here. But it's still 7 piercing damage.
Okay, so he takes the 7.
I don't get a sense that we're going to be able to get this guy, but
So he kind of like comes to a skittering halt.
uh-oh.
Kind of turns on you and is snorting and shaking his head. You're up.
Oh, well, crap. Could I dagger teleport behind him and then surprise him for advantage?
You know what?
I'm not sure I have enough actions and reactions and bonus actions to try that, though.
You know,
look at how it works again.
The bag, blah, blah, blah. Give me a sleight of hand check at disadvantage.
15.
You absolutely do it. But he completely tracks the movement.
Well, that's no fun.
So,
okay.
But you can still take a normal attack.
Okay. That's a 16 to hit.
Skitters off as his armor.
Well, that's no fun. Okay. I don't want to get an attack of opportunity, so I guess I just stand here.
All right.
I am
Kenna,
unhappy.
are you what are you doing, Kenna? Are you leaving the ethereal plane?
Oh yes. Can I blink onto it rather, because Danine's already behind it at this juncture?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. Like right behind the horns, so I've got something to grab onto, and I'm gonna start stabbing. Or attempting to stab. Good. I'm serious.
Oh, lovely.
Nice. Remember to double your sneak attack.
Yes.
I like all those rolls I'm hearing.
How much?
14.
Yay.
Okay. And you can make your second attack?
Yes, good. 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Yay.
And 6 damage.
Okay, so the question is, it's the end of your turn. Are you blinking out?
No, I didn't roll high enough to do that, so I'm still on the head of the Minotaur.
Oh, so basically, in a fit of rage, he reaches behind him and tries to grab you, and he's going to make a grapple check against you. So you can make a dex check to try and avoid him grabbing you.
Okay. 19.
I think you win barely. Which that is yeah, you do win, and it is barely, and it is really good that you won.
I would imagine you're going to get spiked into the pit.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was going to do.
Bending the wrong way right now.
So that you're up, Jen.
Well, since Kenna's back, and since he's got his arm up to try and grab her, I'm going to try and stab him right in his armpit. That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 26 damage.
Nice. I kind of imagine he's like spinning in circles trying to reach her.
Good. She digs this dagger in, but it's kind of high up, and then she just puts her weight on it and pulls it back down.
Are you doing anything else?
Rubbing ribs tonight. Yeah, I'll hit him with my offhand dagger.
Okay.
Why not? Wait. Can I change my mind?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Instead, I want to use my bonus action, use an object action, and I'm going to manacle his ankles together.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check to DC. Actually, he's going to roll against you because he is not cooperating. He has got a 22.
Good thing I'm lucky. That's a 28.
Oh, you totally get him.
Ah, good.
So he's manacled. So he will not be moving very fast. I would say his movement is going to be halved if he tries to move. So with that, Kenna, you're up. You're riding the bull, and at this point, give me a athletics check to maintain your where you're at.
Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah.
Cool. That makes it a 23. So.
Oh, absolutely. You're surfing the bull.
Nice.
Yes, good. 23 to hit on the first attack.
Yep.
It's 7 damage and 24 on the second attack for 4 damage.
Okay.
However, I do blink into the ethereal plane this round.
Goodbye, Kenna.
Goodbye. And he is just spinning around. He's enraged. He's like trying to kick the shackles off his feet. And then he turns and he looks at Deneen once he feels the weight off of his shoulders and he looks at you right in the eyes.
Eek.
And give me a dex check. Oh, bitch.
A dex check?
Yes. Or acrobatics. You can use dex or acrobatics.
Okay, I will. Oh, they're both the same. 26.
Okay. So you duck as he reaches out for you. He's trying to grab you by the throat.
My throat is not so easy to grab. Haha.
That is what he has learned.
I like my throat where it is.
So so you're up. What are you doing? That was his action.
I'm going to all right. I'm gonna hold an action to attack him when Kenna reappears.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
And I'm not literally taking the dodge action, but I'm like trying to not get murdered.
Perfect. So Kenna, you're up.
Okay, cool. So what side of the Minotaur is Deneen on at this juncture?
She's kind of like juking around him, like you guys are constantly moving.
He tried to grab me, so he's probably
Yes.
facing me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. It's a family curse. I can't sneeze just once. It's like repeatedly, but I'm going to attempt to appear behind the Minotaur's like bull legs and
You can do that.
slash at those. It's 21 damage, or not damage, it's 21 to hit. I'm sorry, I'm like all up in my head. It's 8 damage, so, and 26 to hit on the second attack for 8 damage again.
So you're like hacking and slashing at the back of his thick
Yes.
Thighs.
And since she has appeared, now Deneen lashes out at him again. That's 29 to hit. For this is good. 34.
34. That might be the magic number. He
She has a look of grim determination.
You're making me math here. That's it.
Ah,
You stab underneath of his breastplate, and you see his eyes go wide, and then it just rocks back and topples.
I get the dagger under the edge of the breastplate, and then using the breastplate as leverage, I just wrench it forward.
Yeah, and he just totally collapses and begins vomiting blood as he dies.
Oh, this is satisfying.
Bless you. I feel so bad for Megan.
Sorry.
We can cut out early. You're losing.
No,
it
I'm
here,
good.
Megan.
I'm good. Like, it's not like anybody's gonna catch it on the internet.
I feel so bad for you though. All right. Well, in character, of course, Deneen immediately starts searching this minotaur for pockets, pouches, good stuff.
The loots.
Keys to escaping, anything.
There is no keys. He does have his great axe that you can see in closer inspection. It has these wicked little barbed thorns upon it.
Could be handy.
And although it looks like it would take someone of at least Agnetha's stature just to wield it.
Maybe Harak would like it.
That's always a possibility too.
He has a whole collection.
He is kind of a walking armory.
Wait, if we take this thing, is it bad? You said don't take anything.
I said don't eat anything or drink anything.
Okay.
And I don't think this is Fey nonsense because Minotaur, I don't know. Maybe there were satyrs too. We'll figure it out.
We defeated him fair and square with my cheating with the ankle manacles, which she will now take back. I couldn't stand the idea of him running off again to attack us again.
Check the door.
So again, the door appears just as before. There's the nature scene with a mouse, a hawk, and a snake, and then there's the sea, and it looks like or the snake, I should say, and it looks like the scene is a glade with a tree in the center of it.
Is it still glowing?
The mouse?
The mouse is, yes.
Well, we saw that snake earlier.
Bless you.
We haven't seen any kind of hawk.
I would say
reptile things.
I would say to tap the snake next just because it's the food chain, and then the hawk because the hawk would eat the snake, but I don't actually know. I'm not basing this on anything. Sure. It's just a guess.
Sounds good to me.
And as you do that, each one kind of dings and lights up, and then the door opens up, and you see in the streets of Rylar in front of you. And we will wrap up right there.
Oh, first I need to know, when we step outside, do I still have a tail?
Oh, that'd be a good thing to leave for next week. No,
good.
When you step out, the tail is actually gone.
Oh, good. Okay, yes, Kenna's buku.
How about the axe?
The axe is, you still have the axe. Ooh. Now, had you failed 3 saving throws, you would have been one of those things, but
Well, it's a good thing I passed the last one. Thank you, Janine.
And the pit was full of flying snakes. So really, really wanted to slam someone through the pit.
No, how about no?
My first player death or kill, I should say, or character death was with that pit.
It's better to keep it special and not kill us with it.
Yeah. Well, it would still be special. That was a fan I killed. So he says, I'm dead. I'm like, you mean you're at 0? You're dropped? He's like, no, I'm just dead.
Aw.
So thanks everyone for watching, and thanks ladies for playing. This is the Maze of Mandoon adventure that I had written a while back, that you guys can find over on nerdarchy.com if you're interested. An abridged version anyway.
Well, thank you for running, Dave.
You're welcome. I wasn't going to do the monarch thing without the rest of the crew.
Thank you.
Seemed inappropriate.
Yay.
And the nature of the Maze of Mandoon actually works really well with some of the recent events in the campaign anyway. So with that, guys, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
No, that's not what
That
we
was
do.
fun.
I just have to figure out how to end the thing now. Stop.